Do nice guys finish last? It's an interesting question that will come up in your lifetime. You'll be nice to someone or to a group of people and you will get taken advantage of. It's a guarantee in this world. At some point in your life, your kindness, your generosity, your niceness, for lack of a better word, will be abused and people will take advantage of you and you'll finish last. And the person who dominates will take home the trophy or take home your girl. Good to see you backwards. There's something interesting that a term called a fuckboy. Excuse my language. But it's a man that a woman knows is deplorable, not a good guy, basically. But she will sleep with him because there is an attractive quality of confidence, even arrogance and dominance. I've met girls that wanted to be dominated in the bed and in life. And they don't want a nice guy. They may want a nice guy after the guy who dominates them destroys their life. You may be the second guy, their second choice. You may be their second marriage. Donald Trump would sleep with your wife, and you would be the Bernie Sanders. You would be the guy that comes in and does the boring stuff in a relationship. Last night, Trump used the word dominate, that he wants to dominate law and order. A calculated term, a calculated mindset, and a temperament. It's a person, it's a character. Does character matter? I think it does. I think we should measure people by the content of their character. So if you look at Donald Trump, right, and you say, what type of character does this man have? A dominating, spiteful, demand respect. If you do not give it to him, he will get rid of you, like he's gotten rid of most of his close appointees or his wives. Vengeful. I think that describes him. Bernie Sanders could be considered a nice guy. And these are in general terms, right? Even if you disagree with the politics, let's just say general terms. Bernie Sanders is a nice guy who wants to help everyone. Some people on the conservative side said he wants to give America away. I've heard that term. That Barack Obama or Bernie Sanders, they're the type of people that give America away. A good person would want to give stuff away. They would want to make things more fair and just. But there is something in the mind that says, I've been taken advantage at one time in my life for being nice, and people abuse it, so we need a dominating person. And that's plays to the human psyche. Because every person can remember a time in their life when they were nice and it got taken advantage of. So how do you manipulate the mind? How do you manipulate humans that know? If you are a circus orchestrator, you know the circus is nothing but a shit show. But you know that people pay to have their emotions stimulated. And you can get to the primitive mind, the unintelligent mind, through domination. Because the primitive, weak mind fears to be taken advantage of again. They fear to be the guy that has to pick up the pieces after he got left. The fear, the lack of confidence breeds the need. If I can't dominate, I have to be around someone who can dominate because I'm weak. There's a fear for some people that if the tables were really fair, if they were a regular working class person nowadays, they couldn't make it. If they didn't have an inheritance, they couldn't make it. If they couldn't make it on their own. Okay, so they need someone to dominate for them. Frank Breeze, brother. Thank you for that gracious tip, Frank. You've been a huge blessing. Thank you, man. Yeah, I turned 40, man. Frank, thank you. Turned 40 today. And it was probably a little bit of a depressing birthday out of all my 40 years. A lot to be thankful for, so I don't want to cry the blues. But I thought about that when I woke up this morning. I said, as you get older, you lose more people you know, friends, family, pets, relationships, money, all those things. And, obviously when you see the state of society a little bit now, there's a depression that's natural, human. When I wake up, do I want to dominate my environment? No, I really don't. I never, had that personality, but I do have something in me that when I see an injustice or when I feel manipulation, I get fired up. Like I wouldn't want to, I feel like I'm okay with going against Michael Jordan, but I'm not Michael Jordan. Like I don't have to dominate and I don't need to. For me, I'm okay playing a multitude of positions. I'm okay with not winning a championship. You say, how does that apply to anything we're saying? Well, one is, again, Frank, I thank you and everyone that's giving me the birthday wishes. But for me, like I live a very simple life at this point. I was sharing that with my mom this afternoon. I had some crab legs to celebrate my birthday. It was a blessing. It's a blessing that my mom's still alive, so I tried to be thankful for that. And I said to myself, the simple life has kind of taught me something that what do you need to dominate for other than you need to have the ability to have your health? You got to fight for your health. I really don't want to fight for a girlfriend. I don't want to fight for, it's a weird world. We have to fight for everything you get. You have to fight for a job. You have to assert yourself. That is part, you do have to be assertive, confident, and a little bit aggressive in life. But there's a big difference between that and domination. Domination is you have to win at all cost, and you have to make the most, and there's a keeping of the score. To me, I don't really, and that disappoints some people that, for me, look, I don't mind keeping the score, but I'm not like after the game, I don't really get excited about going and then teasing someone else that I beat them. There was a story that Michael Jordan had gotten a car for an interview. And the person who was interviewing him said, Michael, it's great to meet you. I'm here to interview you about this story. This was for The Last Dance. And the executive producer of The Last Dance, which was a recent documentary on Michael Jordan and his dominance of the sport. And they were talking about his gambling issues because Michael Jordan had a lot of gambling issues. Some people say it was related to his father's death because he owed a lot of debts. Even though he could pay him, he was very much into gambling. But either way, Michael Jordan said once he had gotten to the car with the executive producer and they started the interview, he goes, let me ask you something. Michael Jordan said this to the other guy. He said, how much do you want to bet that we will see 10 pairs of Michael Jordan shoes on people in the street before we get to downtown Manhattan? And they were in Midtown. They were in right by Madison Square Garden. So he said, by the time we get downtown, we'll see 10 pairs of Jordans. And the interviewer says, well, we have to take the FDR, or we have to take the highway a little bit. So, all right, I'll take the bet. So he goes, they made it all the way to downtown Manhattan. And, they saw, I don't know, maybe 5 pairs or so. So the interviewer thought he had one. But when they got to the arena that they were going to, the arena itself was hosting a Michael Jordan sneaker night. And he said, as soon as we pulled up to the parking lot, everyone there had Michael Jordans on. And the game was fixed because Michael Jordan knew that they were going to a place where everyone was wearing Jordan. So he knew he was going to win before he bet. It wasn't a fair game. Sometimes even a talented person will rig the system, will cheat, will bribe, will do backdoor conversations to dominate. because there's something in their psyche that they have to win. And even if it's not fair, they get a thrill out of the domination. You know, like I did date a girl that she wanted to be dominated in the bed. And, you know, I'd smack a little ass. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm not gonna, like, she was like throw up against the wall and do all type of crazy. Now, again, I get a little bit rough, but I'm not going like crazy. And she wanted to be dominated, you know. And I said, look, I said, we do a little bit, but come on now. But I say to myself, there was something in her psyche that she almost wanted to be treated badly in bed. Like, and again, I'm not talking about like rough, like good, healthy sex. I'm talking about like she wanted to be degraded almost. And I don't go past certain points, just like I don't go past certain points in when I played sports or when I'm in my job. I mean, I won't look to take my foot off their neck. Okay. There's some people that dominate. There's a phrase that don't take your foot off their neck. That's a phrase, believe it or not. Okay. There's certain people that have to dominate at all costs. It's a character. And again, I'm giving examples, Michael Jordan, Donald Trump. Different examples, different people, not all the same. Nothing's all the same. But what I want to share with you is you are going to come to the crossroads in your life, no matter what, you know, whether you're young, old, or in the middle, you're going to get to one point in your life where you say, do the nice guys finish last? And if you're a woman, you could say the same thing about a woman, same principle. You know, does it pay to be nice? You're going to get hurt. You're going to get taken advantage of. And I do think, I should say, like, you should stand up for yourself when you need to. You should be assertive and sometimes even a little aggressive, but there's a line that you cross between having good, passionate, even a little bit of rough sex versus degrading. There's a line that you cross where you fix the system so that no matter what you win to get the thrill. There's a line that you cross that you're willing to not take your foot off their neck to dominate. And that's the lesson tonight. Okay. I learned it young. Okay. I fought people of all backgrounds physically. I physically fought white people, black people, Middle Eastern people. I have knives pulled on me, guns pulled on me. And what I could tell you in life, I've also had every type of person, every religion take advantage of me or try to. Because there's human nature. Okay. And that's why I got past an illusion that there's one type of person or one thing or one religious group or one that won't shit on you. It's life. People shit on you. And so you're on a journey to look at character. And you say, okay, I get that. But what if I think both people have major character flaws? And you may say, look, I hear you about Donald Trump. I think Joe Biden's brain dead. What do you think about that, inspirational nomad? I say, well, let me tell you this. I was obese. And I was trying to figure out, where do I start? You know. And I was trying to get my health together because I had really messed my health up. I let myself go. And I started, believe it or not, I lost 200 pounds in my life. You know how I started? I went to McDonald's and there was nothing good on the menu. There's nothing good. There's no good choices. There's Big Macs, fried fish, cheeseburgers. I saw, this sucks. But there was a better choice, not a perfect choice, not a Southwest chicken salad. Hold the dressing or light balsamic dressing. And I remember there was a guy who used to joke. He said, Sam, it's like a fat person going to McDonald's. I said, yeah, I started. I lost 200 pounds making a better choice at McDonald's. Instead of 2 cheeseburgers with an extra large fry, I got the Southwest chicken salad, hold the dressing or light balsamic dressing. It was a better choice. Not a perfect choice. I mean, again, it's like, you know, you choose between 2 people. Neither one of them are really that good. And I don't trust either one, and both will take advantage. But this is your life. whether it's politics or job. You think you're not going to have job offers in a time of your life where both of them are not ideal? What do? You choose which one is a little bit better. I remember, I want to share with you this, then we'll go live comments. And Frank and Old Gringo and Ball and Thug, I really want to thank you all. And everyone on live chat, thank you all my members too. Thank you, Tom. I love you. I know, NVRV. I'm trying to give an example. Come on, play the game a little bit, NVRV. Don't get excited over there. In Alaska, you guys got to get some sun. Busting my chops on my birthday. But I wanted to share with you that I've met people, there's been times in my life where I've been in charge or I had direct influence on who we would hire at a job. And we'd interview a bunch of different candidates. Okay. And you interview on all the criteria, their resume, their education, their personality. Personality plays a part to everything. And I remember there'd be some times where we would interview people, and a lot of times, believe it or not, they wanted to hire someone that was less qualified, but why did they want to hire them? Well, a lot of times because they felt they can dominate them. It's like, I know they'll do what I say, Now, sometimes that's a good thing because I've always looked to make my boss's life easier. And you should always go into a job interview and want people to know that they can count on you for being willingly open to doing what they need to be done. Again, as long as it's legal, ethical, etc., etc. But in a bad way, sometimes I would find that they'd want to hire someone that wasn't a good fit for the job just for the fact that they weren't a threat to the job. Believe it or not, I've met some insecure men and women that they didn't want to hire someone because they thought that eventually they would take their job. Self-preservation. This is important, guys. Listen to this. We'll go live comments. Self-preservation is the key to why people choose to dominate or to be around a dominating person. It's because they're scared and they need someone to be tough for them. But dominance is like this, and then we're going all live. Dominance is like when you smother someone. It works for a while, but eventually it pulls people further away and causes bigger problems. Sustainability is based on leadership, yes, assertiveness, yes, but a feeling and an actuality that everyone has a level of equity in the conversation, in the company, in the country, etc., etc. There's no perfect balance to that, so I don't want to sell you false hope either, because it's never going to be perfect, never. But what I'm talking about in general terms is a general mindset, okay? So I hope that helped you tonight. And I'll take a hydration break, and I want to thank everyone again on this live chat. I definitely want to thank you, Frank, Old Gringo, Balling Thug, my members, Tom, everyone in here. I just thank you. And we're going to go into all live comments, and thank you for that gracious things you said. I appreciate that, guys. Take a hydration break. Yeah, it was a nice day today. We're doing good. And I'm, my day started rough, like I say, because it was a little bit depressing with everything going on. But I will say this, I felt encouraged at the end of the day. Why? Well, I drove by protesters for the second day. And both days there were people, young kids mainly, probably in their teens and 20s, from all different races, which I love to see. And today there was a lot of support, all peaceful protests. There were peaceful protests last night in front of the White House, but Donald Trump wanted to dominate, and he sent tear gas to citizens. That broke the Constitution. If that doesn't offend you, then, you just don't like the country, and I can understand that. But I was encouraged today because when I drove by the protesters today, I stopped down to show some support because they're all young kids peacefully protesting in an intersection where there were Trump supporters. I mean, I saw like, people had Trump 2020 on their car, flags and stuff, but there were a lot of people honking to support the protesters. And I showed them some love too. Just because, again, they were, I believe, look, they're going to get disillusioned, just like the hippies got disillusioned. Every generation get disillusioned because they're going to see pain again. You're going to see pain again. But you gradually see a level of decency and humanity and unity and the next generation with their new energy. And again, they'll fail, they'll get bitter. But I enjoyed to see that. It brought a little bit of, look, guys, in life, as you get older too, you don't have this grand idea that life's going to change tomorrow. You have a realistic perspective that you don't have it that bad. Because if you look at the history of human existence, all the way back to the caveman era in any country, we have it a lot better than a lot of other generations. So I always put that in context. But I don't have a disillusion that one day everything, I've accepted that this is an imperfect world, never be perfect. But I've grabbed on to any sparks of inspiration that I can see in humanity, and I cultivate them to keep me going in my own mind. Everyone's got to figure that out for themselves. Like, I know a lot of times with an inspirational person, and I've done that myself to other people, you look at them to give you the constant spark, and that's okay for a while, but you have to learn how to cultivate that spark yourself. And that's the biggest thing I preach on this channel, self-care, because you don't need me. I mean, again, like, just like you don't need your girlfriend, you don't need your boyfriend, you don't need your pastor. You may need them for a season of your life, just like I did, but you're going to spend more time with yourself than anyone else. So the greatest thing a teacher, a pet, a lover, a friend, a father, anything can give you is a lesson of learn to cultivate your own inspiration through sparks of inspiration from other things, whether it's seeing people smile and united at one point in the day, whether it's going for a walk by yourself, or, take those moments that give you a glimmer of hope and work on that. Let that work you up. Let that inspire you. And people will try to steal your joy. I know we're going to go a little off comments, but I remember being at a job, and I was excited, and I said to him, "Man, why you never smile?" And he said, "Sam, you got to be careful smiling." I said, "Why?" He goes, People steal your joy, man. You can't let people see you smile too much. They steal it. And there's something to be said for that. I mean, that ties into tonight's thing too. When you're nice, people, like you say, they take advantage. So it's going to be a balancing act in your life, all right? But I don't think you want to live your life trying to dominate everyone, because I don't think you'll ever smile. I think you'll suffer more. And that's what it is, guys. All right, we'll go all off comments, man. Thank you, guys, again. Backwoods, love to you, brother. Thank you for being a member also. Forgive me for the slow response. Love to you, Backwoods, Dylan. Love to the Northwest, brother. And thank you for everything, man. Thank you, Backwoods. Love to you, Dylan. And I apologize if I ever hurt you. Tom, good evening, brother. Good evening, Tom. How are you, man? Shout out to North Carolina, man. Love to you, brother. Blant, what's up, man? Sawyer, Tom Hanks, and Blant. We got the whole are in South Carolina today. Boone and Clemson in the house. Well, I got love for you guys, man. You guys are good, positive young men. And you're going to do well in life, all of you guys. I know my man Sawyer uses those big words. He gives me those big words, but I know he's a smart guy. He's going to do great. And I know Tom's got a heart of gold. And Blanton, you're a financial killer, Just be careful, Blanton. Like I said, there'll come a period where you're going to bet too much. You're going to invest too much. You're going to lose too much. Don't let it break you. Let it break you, but don't be upset. Like I said, keep your savings count, keep your debt low. You're going to try some things. You're going to fail, but you're going to be okay too. Remember, guys, look, it's okay to want more money and to be ambitious. Just remember, though, money is a digit, man. It's a digit on a computer screen. It's a piece of paper, or it's a shiny piece of gold. It has value, and you need it in life. I don't want to pander to you. And I go after it as best I can, but I don't you got to be careful not to let it dominate your life, because it'll destroy your life. It's a balance journey. Tear gassing peaceful protesters, not good in Trump's words. Yeah, it's, like I say, there's bigger looters in the world that stole more money from this country than any looter in the street. Okay. I can name off about 5 hedge fund managers that have stolen more money from this country than all the looters in existence of America. Okay, and I'll give you 2, Bill Ackman and Carl Icahn. So you look those names up and you'll find some good stuff. Tom, the ultimate crossover. Oh yeah. Sawyer, that's my guy. No, Matt, it's been a minute. I remember you, big word guy. Hope you've been well. I've been doing the best I can, man. I've been a little down lately. I mean, it's crazy. Staying positive in this crazy world. That's the ultimate battle, guys. Philip, man, love to you, brother. Happy birthday, Sam. Thank you, Philip, very much, man. I'm thankful for everyone tonight, man. And thank you to my members. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Frank. Everyone, man, guys, thank you. Yeah, remember this, guys. Don't let this world get you too down. It will get you down. It gets me down, so I don't want to be disingenuous, but don't let it get you too down. Just keep fighting through another day, man, as best you can, guys. And Frank, man, I was so gracious of you with that tip, brother. You sang happy birthday to me and everything. And you're a member, you're a huge supporter, and I just thank you, Frank. And I really thank you. Yesterday, you made me laugh about reflecting. I had to go back and watch that video, too, when I was in Florida putting that coconut juice on me. That was good to go back and watch that, so thank you. And thank you, Philip, again. I see you, man. I appreciate you. Tom, thank you, brother, for that custom birthday emoji. Thank you for your love and your support, man. I'm praying for you every day because I know you got your challenges there. He's an auto mechanic in North California. Oh, their shop is getting a little bit slow, and he does have a vision of coming to Florida in the fall, whether it's through Airbnb or living out of his cargo van. Change is hard, it's scary, but it's necessary. But I believe in you, Tom. You're a good man. Do what you need to do for you, brother. And I love you, man. And maybe one day I'll see you down in 1,000 Trails somewhere in Florida, man. Love to you, man. They don't have any 1,000 Trails, though. Campgrounds on the coast, man. Only by Orlando and in the middle of land. DT 2006, happy birthday, Sam. I appreciate that very much. I thank you for your graciousness, everyone. Frank gave me all those birthday emojis too, man. Frank, thank you, man. Very generous of you, man. Don, hey, shout out to Melbourne, Florida. Hey, Sam, happy birthday. I really appreciate this, guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. King 40, yeah. You're still a young lion. I feel like an old lion, but I appreciate your compliment. Stay healthy and smart. Well, I do feel good physically and mentally. Well, like I said, I was a little bit down emotionally. But I do feel good overall physically. I do recommend that anyone out there, as you start to get into your late 20s and early 30s, start to change your eating habits. And the quicker you can change your health, eating habits, stop smoking if you smoke cigarettes, stop drinking. It's tough. I did, those are the only 2 drugs I ever did was, cigarettes, alcohol, and weed. But I don't do anything now. Cigarettes was the hardest thing to beat, but it's a lifestyle. When you have a beer, you need a cigarette. When you have a coffee, you need a cigarette. But I just got rid of the whole lifestyle. But like I say, go for a walk. And usually when you walk, you don't want to smoke. Sabrina, happy birthday. Damn it, Sabrina. Thank you very much, Sabrina. I hope you're feeling better because I know last week you were down. And so hopefully you're feeling better. Thank you for that birthday love to you, Sabrina. God bless you, sweetheart. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for your love. Everyone tonight, thank you. Forgive me if I'm slow getting to you, but I appreciate your graciousness. Thank you. Anna, you're so wise. Happy birthday. I appreciate that compliment very much. And I'm thankful for that nice compliment. Thank you. Backwoods, happy birthday, Sam. You gave me a lot of emojis. Yeah, Backwoods, you taught me something, Backwoods. Like I say, I apologize to you because I know, at one point, I was just a little bit frustrated, childish a little bit. I got upset with you. And you showed me a lot by coming back. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to pose that question tomorrow. It's tough to repair relationships. Like, for me, once I check out of a relationship mentally, I'm done. I can't help it. Something in me. I mean, I guess you could say I can't help it, but I don't know, man. You know, some people say I'm wrong with that. Um, but I don't know. I live a simple life because I can only take so much. I mean, like I said, I need to be by myself a lot because it helps me unwind my energy and process my thoughts. And I think about others. You know, when you're empathetic and when you know, obviously, look, I don't take any shit either, but you think about what other people are going through, whether it's Tom, Sabrina, you know, Frank, everyone. You think about their stories, and life can become overwhelming when you feel other people's pain, and that's what Trump says. It's weakness. You know, it's weakness to show compassion or empathy because people take advantage of you. That's why you have to dominate. I get that nice guys finish last from the standpoint of people can take advantage of you, but I believe that dominance leads to rebellion because it's an unhealthy behavior in a relationship. Dominance leads to destruction. Okay. It leads to the last dance, not let's keep dancing. So, guys, like my man Tom said, everything ends. Like you think it won't end, it'll end. And people walk right over you. They walk right over me. I mean, it's part of life. So, like I knew a guy got laid off last week, man. But people say, look, and I understand it. It's business. And then they say life goes on. And the same thing will happen with me. I don't think I'm I know I'm not. You know, so, you know, just remember, guys, the world keeps going, man. So don't take it too serious. Backwoods, thank you for that birthday emoji. MVRV, thank you for that birthday emoji. Shout out to Alaska. Backwoods gave me a lot of birthdays emojis. Thank you again, Backwoods. Ball Thug, thank you also for being a member. I really appreciate that support. Over the mountain, happy birthday. Yeah, I'm over the hill, you mean to say. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for that emoji. Yeah, I feel, yeah, look, to me, like I say, how do I feel being 40? I enjoy getting closer to my end of my road in this world. I would say felt close to death maybe once or twice, and I was scared, I'll be honest. But, and I do enjoy some things in life, and I realize I'm very fortunate compared to a lot of other people I've seen in life. But I really don't, like, if you say, Sam, I'll give you an option, like, if you gave me, like, wishes, you say, Sam, you can live in this world forever, would I choose to do that? I would not, you know, so, like, I remember when I lost 200 pounds, I remember someone saying to me, Sam, you just added 10 years to your life. And I remember, like, you would think I would be happy about that, but I said, I don't know if I wanted to do that, you know, so I don't know, like, if you say, Sam, you could live to 100, do I want to live to 100? I don't even know if I want to live to 90, you know, to be honest. I don't have a death wish, I'm not suicidal, but I'm just trying to tell you, express an emotion or a thought that I feel. You know, obviously, look, the ideal thing is you pass away in your sleep peacefully after having a three-way orgy with two beautiful Latino MILFs that, you know, they want to be dominated a little bit, but not in like crazy way. Now, will that happen to me? Well, I had coconut juice dripping on my body a couple months ago. I haven't had any coconut juice lately, but I'm doing the best I can. Let's take a hydration break, guys. Damn, I missed Florida. And we're a long way from coconut juice. King, great example, Michael Jordan's story about domination. Yeah, there's something in the psyche of someone who wants to win at all costs that they'll fix the system sometimes just to get the thrill to win. It's something in their psyche. Infinity 1999, we need Sammy to live to 100. Well, I appreciate that. But, you know, the interesting thing is I want to make everyone sad, and I appreciate all the love tonight, guys. I don't take that for granted. Anyone who's shown me love, thank you. It's an interesting thing, if we think about this, not in a sad way, but just in a reflective way. Right now, all of us that are in this chat room, the chances of us being together till any of us reach 100 are probably 0 or 0.1%. The chances of us all being in the same chat room a year from now is probably only 20%. I would say in this chat room today, I mean, you guys leave me a comment. I know some people have been here long, but if I go back a year ago to when I was 39, probably less than 20% of people are still with me. So, you know, I don't want to make people sad, but the reality of life is like that. As years go on, your friends change, your lovers change, your family changes, you know, life changes, you know what I mean? And some shit stays the same, but it's an interesting dynamic, you know what I mean? It could make you sad. I don't want to make everyone sad because it's a positive night, you know, we celebrate. But yeah, as you get older, these are the things I reflect on. And that's why sometimes I got to hold myself back because it's like, you know, you can make yourself sad. I think it's very easy. I think it's easier to make yourself sad than happy. I really do feel that. So that's why I always tell you guys, you got to do self-care. Because if you don't do self-care, you're going to sadness like this real quick. Okay. So, I tell you guys, try to keep yourself worked up, juiced up, inspired. Thank you, Infinity 999. I really appreciate that. Jay Bird. Hey, Jay Bird, how are you? I think about you taking care of that Trump supporter. You're a caretaker. And take good care of them. Don't pull the plug. I'm just always sharing my thoughts, Jay Bird. Trump used to trip his kids with his ski poles. I wouldn't doubt it. So he could win the race downhill, Dominic. I don't doubt it. But I really distaste or despise his children, Ivanka, Eric Jr., and the other one. And because none of them will ever speak up against their father. I mean, Trump even said in one of his speeches, he could kill someone on 6th Street and his supporters would still co-sign him. So, look, would I ever I didn't co-sign Obama during this whole run. There was times I got pissed with Obama. So why'd you vote for Hillary? I voted for Hillary because I was at McDonald's drive-thru and they said, Sam, what do you want to order? And I said, well, shit, I don't like nothing on the menu, but I'll take the Southwest chicken salad with no dressing. Okay. Now, is it perfect? No. MVRV told my guys it's sugar, and I know it ain't perfect, but it's better than Big Mac. Trump was a Big Mac. Old school, and that's a lot of people, they remember their childhood with Big Macs. And they say, fuck it, I want a Big Mac. And so and now everyone in the country's got heartburn. Why do you have acid reflux? Well, because you're eating shitty food and you voted for Donald Trump. And that's why you're spitting up blood, and it's a disgrace. All right, let's take pause. King. Why do you think some women want to be dominated? And Daniel $5 super chat. I am also 40. Well, happy birthday, man. Oh, and you're turning 41 this week. Happy early birthday to you. The fact you are in New Jersey for your mom is an inspiration. Thank you, man. You inspire me to be a better son. Well, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that, brother. Happy early birthday to you, man. Thank you. Thank you for everyone's kindness. And thank you, Daniel. King says, why do you think women want to be dominated and degraded badly in bedroom? Where does that come from? Lack of self-esteem. And there's some men too. Like I've watched porn where a man is a cockhold, meaning he masturbates with a small penis while his wife gets drilled by a guy with a 12-inch dick. So, look, anytime that you allow yourself to get degraded, it all stems from lack of self-esteem. Now, everyone has their own kinky fetishes. So just because you're into a fetish, it doesn't mean you have lack of self-esteem. But I can tell you that in most instances, there's exceptions. In most instances, anytime you put yourself in a situation where you're willing to be degraded, it's lack of self-esteem. Therefore, you want the dominance because you're fearful if someone else doesn't take charge, you don't know what to do. To know what to do with your life is a confident person. To don't know what you do with your life is insecurity, and thus you need someone else to run the shit. You know what I mean? It's I don't want to be responsible for this. So even if Donald Trump destroys America, well, whatever. Someone's So it's at the root of it, though, to answer your question without some long-winded ass speech, it's lack of self-esteem, lack of self-confidence. I guarantee you they got plastic surgery. I guarantee you, you know what I mean? They're looking for a lip injection above a self-reflection. You know what I mean? And so, but because look, doing the work of your life, whether you're a man or a woman or a transgender or whatever you want to be, it takes a lot of fucking hard conversations with yourself, and it takes a lot of accountability and scary times, and above all else, above all that, blah, 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 it takes being alone for a season of your life. If you're ever going to be in a healthy conversation, in a healthy relationship, man or woman, it takes you willing to be alone for a series of months to years by yourself. Not without friends, but single. Like Nikki Bella got out of a relationship with John Cena, but then she said she wanted to be single, and 2 months later, she was banging Artem. So that's not healthy, okay? I always tell you guys, if you're going to get a divorce and you are going to get into another relationship within 12 months, I think you're going to destroy your second relationship already. Why? I think you need to be alone, but I understand how hard that is, because I just got out of debt a couple months ago. And when I got out of debt, I freed up capacity, and believe it or not, what I really felt was I'm going to get back into debt. I'm going to go get an RV, or something in our psyche doesn't want to leave things as is. So I'll make this parable, then we'll go back to live comments. One thing I sucked at was spackle. You know, like when I worked construction or when I had a house and I worked on shit, I was horrible at spackle. What is spackle? Spackle is like when you sheetrock, your walls are made of sheetrock. And in the seams of the walls, like if you have two pieces of sheetrock, you put them together, there's a seam. And then you put like a piece of tape, and then you put like this like mud. It's called spackle. And it smooths the surface so you don't see the steam. And the hardest part about spackling is you have to leave it alone. Like, don't try to overtouch it. But in life, it's like sometimes we try to overtouch it. Like, you know what I mean? You got a pimple, you overplay with your skin, and, you know, you mess up your skin because you're just playing with shit. You're not letting the wound heal. So, you know, a lot of self-care is just being still and being, you know, and letting it heal. You know, but a lot of times it's like we can't be still. You know, we got to keep moving, even if it's the wrong direction. Old Gringo, thank you, brother, for that 100 chat symbol. And thank you for being a member, Old Gringo. Thank you for all your love, man. I'm praying for you. I hope you're getting down to get that Mexican vibe soon, man. I know it's your vibe. Gracias, brother. Old Gringo, yeah, 200 pounds. Yeah, I got all the way down to 150. For my body frame, it's pretty much anorexia. So I stayed there for 3 years. I didn't eat not one drop of sugar. How much sugar should the average male have per day? 38 grams of added sugar or less. How much should a woman? 25 grams of added sugar or less. So I was eating less. I was eating probably under 1,200 calories per day, probably about 10 grams of sugar per day. So for 3 years straight, and you know, so I could discipline myself if I want, but to me, I mean, that's almost a disorder at a certain point too. Though I was almost scared to eat any additional calories because I was scared I was going to go back. But you know, you have to have a little sugar in life and even a little bit overindulgence, or else life's not worth living. Because I could tell you the mindset of being that intense with your health, you're like extra on edge. I like being on edge. Like sometimes people say, Sam, have a drink at night just to take off the edge. But to me, the reason I've been able to push forward in life is because I keep my edge. That extra energy that gives me a level of passion. If I had a beer, it would take away the energy. Beer is a downer, and I certainly wouldn't want to do like energy drinks to get an upper. I get my uppers, you know, through going for a walk, to listen to music, taking care of myself, and I pour that into my life. You know what I mean? So your energy is a really interesting thing. You know, I always tell you guys, look, they sell energy so important. They sell it for like $2 a gallon or $4 a gallon at a gas station. Energy is your lifeblood. You know what I mean? And so who you spend your energy on, how you spend your energy, it's an interesting thing. Like think about energy drinks. You're paying to work yourself up. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, respect your energy. You know what I mean? And understand that a body in motion stays in motion. Okay. Idle time is the devil's playground. Anxiety is unused energy. Depression is a multitude of factors, so I won't stress that out, but we'll continue. Ball and Thug, thank you for helping me change my life. I really appreciate that, Ball and Thug. I appreciate you saying those type of kind words, man, and I hope in some way, I do inspire. I know I let you guys down at some point, no matter what, because we're all human. But thank you, brother. I really appreciate that compliment, man. MVRV. Yeah, I know I read that already. MVRV. Now, you're right, though. They probably put the sugar in the salads, but you know my point. You know my point. Milano, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, Milano. You've been a blessing, man. You've been with me for a while. You probably here with me last year, because Milano, you probably been with me since the beginning of the channel, just about. Old Gringo. I was in foster care when you were born. Really? Wow, man. Yeah, that's yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Some interesting thing. Thank you for sharing that, brother. It's interesting to know that, man. Yeah, I know a couple people that do foster children and that have adopted children. I don't know if you want to share your experience on that, man. That's an interesting experience, man, in life. But you know, that's I do want to say, like, I do feel blessed to have a mother that was loving, because that's a gift. Like I say, my father, we had good and bad times, but I don't speak to him anymore. But even for the season of my life and the things, I would say it had value, and I was fortunate for that. You know what? There's no exact science to life. I grew up in a household with two other siblings. We went to the same schools. We grew up in the same neighborhood, and they took two different directions of life. And I'm not better than them, but I want to say to any parent out there, You could raise 3 kids in the same house, same public schools, same community, and they're all 3 of those children are going to turn out different. Why? Because there's no exact science to life. And so there's a level of science, but there's no exact science. You know what I mean? It's like Cain and Abel type deal. Love to you, old gringo. Hung up, hey, hung up. Happy birthday, Sam. I appreciate that. I'm getting old, but the MILFs think I'm looking good, so I'm not going to, deny what they want. MVRV, sorry. Hey, that's all right. I still got a strip out here, man. Milano, Sammy, happy birthday. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to you and Emilio. We're going to do Cuban coffee one day, man. Need to make a wish. Yeah, what do I wish for? That's interesting. You say, Sam, I guess I'll wish for world peace. I won't say world peace because I know it'll never be possible. But I will say that I have everything I need at this moment. So I do hope, I wish, pray, whatever, that America, but the world too, not just America, China, Afghanistan, Palestine, Israel, Africa, Asia, Italy, everyone. I will pray for at least some relief for the regular, everyday people, and I wish that the people that are in control don't use religion, don't use excessive division amongst the regular people. Because I do believe that the majority of people in the world, no matter what their background, are decent. I do believe that the people that control the levers know how to play the emotional game of dominance and use religion, race, and economic inequities to divide, And look, I mean, some of my speech is divisive in nature because you do have to make a decision. So I won't give this grand speech like I'm this grand uniter. I played that game, but that is the nice guy finished last game. At some point in life, you have to take a stand, okay? And that's going to automatically cause division. There's a scripture where Jesus says, I didn't come to unite. I came to divide, to put father against son and son against father. Because don't forget, Jesus was Jewish, and he was crucified by Jewish people. So he caused a division amongst a whole religion that, look, I'm saying your way of thinking is screwed up. And it was a big divide even till today. Now, I'm not, you say, Sam, are you Christian? I don't proclaim Christianity either anymore because I see how Christianity was used to make slaves submit and women oppressed. So I think that's a little bit of a hoax too. I think it has good qualities, and I'm not, to me, same thing with Islam or Hindu or Buddhist. I think they all have good qualities, and I think some people use those qualities, and then they take the qualities that are divisive and use them to control and manipulate. I think at the essence, even for atheists out there, we're all connected through a level of humanity, but even if we're all connected through humanity without the religion, there's automatically a division in how you choose to live and treat and be, your character. So like even the most uniting person, you can't unite everyone. It's impossible. So you basically have to say, look, this is where I stand with it. And you have to decide, do you stand with me or against me? Now, if you stand against me, am I going to tear gas you? Well, if I'm dominant, yeah. Yeah. If I'm not, okay, then you're going to call me weak. And they call Barack Obama weak. They're going to call Bernie Sanders weak. They're going to call Joe Biden weak. So, it's an interesting thing. Like if someone doesn't tear gas you, you say they're weak and they give America away. And if someone tear gases you, they're dominant. That's the dynamic. This world we live in, man. But it's been going on since biblical times, man, and beyond that, man. Milano, what's that, man? Birthday gift? That's a great emoji, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. God bless you. I got 3 gifts. Thank you, man. Infinity love from Tennessee, man. Shout out to Tennessee. Shout out to my guy Brandon, also from Tennessee. Journey with Jordan, Tennessee. Tennessee's strong in here, man. Love to you guys, man. Philip, thank you again, brother, for that birthday love, man. And everyone who's showing me love, please just know if I don't take too long on acknowledging your comment, it doesn't mean that I don't take too long in appreciating it. So I want to say thank you to everyone. Frank, everyone doing, thank you. Tom, thanks, Sam. To you, all things come to an end. The coconut juice end. Yeah, everything comes to an end, man. But I try not to think about that too long because it gets sad and depressing. I cried a little bit today. There was a basketball coach what was his name? Jim Gravani or something? Italian guy in the 80s. He died of cancer. Well, he gave us a famous speech, a good speech in the ESPYs. Forgot his name, man. Somebody put it in the live chat. He was a college basketball coach. But he gave a speech. He was dying of cancer. And he had tumors all over his body. And they were trying to rush him off the stage because he was taking too long. He said, if I got fucking tumors all over my body, you think I care if we go into commercial? It's interesting, like as you get older and you get closer to death, you think you really care about what some people care about? Not at all, because you're in a different, you got different things on your mind, than, But I remember him saying it's a good day if you cry, laugh, think, and you have, it's a good day if you have a range of emotions. Because it just makes life a little bit better. I mean, obviously you don't want to cry every day, all day. Obviously it's good to laugh, but not all the time, right? It's good to have those just range of emotions. Sabrina, thank you so much, Sabrina, for all your graciousness, because I know you're going through your own storm, Sabrina. So I appreciate you, even in the midst of your storm, Sabrina, showing me love, and I know you remember, and I thank you for everything. So love to you, Sabrina. Thank you for that generous birthday gift. Tom, happy birthday. I appreciate you, brother. I think highly of you. You got a heart of gold, man. Don't let this world, don't let the world step all over you. Don't let the world get you too down, but don't let the world make you a cynical asshole either. You got to find a balance. Bland, happy birthday, Sam. Money man Bland. You be good out there, man. You don't have to dominate. You don't have to be a billionaire. Don't worry. Sawyer, happy birthday. Thank you, brother. Kamal, what's up, brother? Should try. Marin, 1999. Thanks for being you and a guy doing a maraca. Oh, that's an interesting emoji. Yeah, that's me. I'm trying to dance a little bit. I'm still got my stripping ways. Thank you, Marin, for your love. Shout out to Southwest Florida. You and your husband, Tom, I believe. Milford-Motors.com. Ask for Tom and buy your ass the biggest expensive RV they got. Love to you, Tom, and everyone in Southwest Florida. Happy birthday. Thank you. Love to you, Marin. You take life one day at a time, Marin. Don't let this world get you down. You take life one day at a time. You enjoy every time you can see the sunset on the Gulf of Mexico. I want you to look at that sunset. Why? Because it's a blessing. That's a blessing. I'm an Atlantic Ocean guy. In the Atlantic Ocean, you see the sun rise. In the Gulf of Mexico, you can see it set. So love to you, Marin, and everyone in Southwest Florida. And thank you for that gracious gift. Kamal, should try some psychedelics on campground one day, Sam, if you never did. What, you mean psychedelics like drugs? No, I would never do that. I'll never have a beer or, I think last year, I haven't done any I never did any hard drugs. Weed was probably the biggest drug I ever did, weed and cigarette. I saw my sister strung out on different drugs in my life. I've seen addiction, coming up, and that kind of always steered me away from any type of hard drug. So last summer, I took my mom on a outing, and there was like a festival. So I said, Mom, I'm gonna get you. She likes hot dogs with like a coleslaw and mustard. So I get you a beer. They had like a beer fest or something. So I got her this mug of beer, and it looked good because it had like the foam on the top, and it was like the beer emoji. It looked that good, and I like the way the foam looks on top. So I said, let me take a taste of that beer, Mom. I had beer when I was younger. I said, let me taste it. I tasted a little bit of that beer, and it was just it was an instant downer. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't depressed, but it just took my energy out of me. It was weird, only a sip. And it's like, if you stop smoking cigarettes for a while and then you buy cigarettes, it's like you don't even want to be able to buy them. It's if you don't eat fried chicken for years and then you have a piece of fried chicken, it makes you sick to your stomach. It's amazing when we introduce something back into our system that isn't good for our system, your body will repel against it. It's like when I first started smoking cigarettes to fit in with the crowd, I had to force myself to be able to inhale because my body kept coughing up the smoke. But eventually, you smoke like a pro. You're doing these circles with the cigarette thing. You're blowing it out of your nose. You have to force yourself to ingest toxins. But then the toxins are so used to, it's an addiction, you're playing with the toxins. But once you detox, it's an interesting thing. Physically, once a drug is not in your body for 5 or 7 days, you have physically detoxed. The rest of the battle is a mental addiction. And that's how powerful the mind is. And so the mind it's amazing. It's in your body. It's a powerful muscle, man. Ball and Thug. I went to a strip club in Dallas called PT's with Poker Buddy last night. Two fine ass strippers got a knockdown, drag out fight. Never seen anything like that before. Ruined the experience. Yeah, you want to exit the strip club before midnight, man. A couple friends get shot after strip club, 3 o'clock at night, stabbed. The strip club was popping for a while, but you want to get out of the strip club by midnight. I mean, I've shut a couple strip clubs down, but it's bad news, man. Bad news, man. Jay Bird, happy birthday, Sam. Thank you. I'll be 50 this month. Well, you're still young. I'm lying to you. We're old as hell, but I appreciate that. Thank you, Jay Bird. Oh, my God. Tell me when it's your birthday. We'll sing happy birthday. As long as I'm parked in the area, I can sing. Infinity, thank you, brother, for that tip, man. I appreciate your kindness. Kamal, Sausage Sam birthday party. Yeah, thank you, Kamal, for that graciousness. Yeah, man. Sausage Sam, that was my stripper name. So we'll see, man. Sammy the Sausage. Yeah. It may happen, man. Look, guys, I tell you, you got to put on the G-string. It's the oldest profession in the world, man. Kamal, thank you, man. I appreciate you, Kamal. Thank you. And thank you, Infinity. Gina, I'm with you, Sam. I appreciate that, brother. God bless you, man. Shout out to you, man. Tom, I'll be here for your wedding. No, I'm not getting married. Let's stay positive. Yeah, let's stay positive. I don't want to get married, man. Put that type on me, man. I can't handle that. I barely can handle this world. I can never handle the pressures of marriage, man. Gina, happy birthday, brother. I wish the best. Thank you, Gina. I love to you, man. Daniel, thank you for that very encouraging comment that somehow you get inspiration from the videos, and I appreciate your compliment. I appreciate your tip. Love to you, Daniel. God bless you, man. Frank, thank you also, man. Do you eat pasta or pizza? No, neither one anymore. When I stopped eating pizza, when I stopped eating pasta, I went from regular pasta to whole grain pasta. Because when you do whole grain pasta or whole grain or brown rice, what you're doing is you're eating the fiber in the grain. When you take away the fiber and you eat white rice or regular pasta, the enriched flour turns pretty much directly into sugar once it hits your bloodstream. So what you want to do is you want to eat whole grain pasta if you're going to do pasta, and you want to know that the tomato sauce has a lot of sugar in it. So you really want to look at the back of the food label when it gets to the tomato sauce, because the sugar intake on tomato sauce could be out the wazoo. Milano, ¿Qué pasa, Lopez? Yeah. I miss the Latin vibe, man. Well, there's some culture up here, man, but it's not the same. Sabrina, I'm still not well. I think about you. You hang in there. I have to have surgery soon to remove my remaining ovary. I'll keep you in prayer. It's swollen like a water balloon, and it's causing me experience with extreme sciatica. That's like a pinched nerve in your back. Yeah, I had nerve damage at one point, so I empathize with your pain, number one. I'm sorry going through that. And like the other part about your experience is that with the coronavirus, a lot of elective surgeries, and that may be considered elective, you had to wait. And just and that's what I tell you guys, there's a lot of pressure on people in society like that. Like if Sabrina went through the coronavirus, she's got her own personal issues, and then her surgery may have got delayed, and then, of course, now you got civil unrest. People are really hurting mentally. And so, Sabrina, love to you. Hang in there is what I'm trying to tell you. And I'm trying to say that, yeah, I hear you. And I love you, and keep me posted because I think about you. Infinity 1999. Cherish the time with your mom. I thought about that today. I looked at, I know I don't have that many years left with my mom. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. But she's, in her 70s. She's got diabetes. She's overweight. But I thankful when you get sad, just remember to take life one day at a time, because that's all we can do, and one day at a time, and that's it. But you are correct, man. Thank you. And he goes, you can never get that. I'm sorry. He goes, his mom passed away. Your mom passed away on Monday? You can never get that time back. Well, Infinity, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for sharing, number one. I know Tom had shared that painful experience with his mom also. So, Infinity, one is extreme love to you, man. I don't want to sound corny and try and make it over dramatic, but that's a serious thing, man. Look, when your mom passed away, and anytime someone passes away in life, there's always guilt. I don't know why, but every time I've lost someone close to me that I've loved, I've always had some type of guilt. It's just, you always feel something like don't sit right. And all I could tell you, brothers, you got to let go of that guilt if you feel any. And if you don't feel any, don't let it come onto your soul, man. So love to you, brother. Jay Bird. I remember your last birthday. Well, you were here with me for a year. That's rare. I can't believe how fast that you're passing. I'm getting old. What was I doing last year? I don't even remember. You read my mind about pulling the plug. Yeah, I know. I was thinking about you today. I said, Jay Bird's over there taking care of a Trump person because all the Trump people, they're caring. Either way, let me say positive. But I know, all the things going on, you're tempted to just one less Trump supporter, but don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to be okay. Stay positive. Old gringo. I only have today off, so I'm doing some badly needed house cleaning, okay, and organizing, getting rid of stuff I don't need. Well, old gringo, love to you, brother. You continue to downsize. Simplifying your life means less stress. I think that's very important. And I'm pulling for you to be by the environment you love, which is close to the Mexican culture, whether it's in New Mexico, Texas, or whatever it may be. I know you like to be close to the border. Just like me, I like to be close to the Caribbean, that Latin vibe, that Caribbean vibe. I like that. So you got to go where you love, man. And then he goes, I read that. Frank Breeze gave the custom guy laughing on the ground emoji. Thank you to all my members. Thank you, brother. I love you, man. Old gringo. So I'll be listening, not chatting. I appreciate it. Let me know. Keep throwing stuff out. Old gringo and anyone downsizing. When in doubt, throw it out. When in doubt, throw it out. If you haven't used it in 6 months, throw it out. Sam, these are my stamp collection. Throw it out. Sam, I can make $20 on this on Facebook Marketplace. Throw it out. Sam, I have these love letters. Throw it out. Sam, I got these new Under Armour boxer briefs that got the tags on them. Throw them out. Sam, what if I need them again? There's a Walmart everywhere. There's a Walmart even by the border. So what I could tell you guys, you don't need as much as you think. I've lived out of one bag for 3 years. And I could pretty much tell you, I really don't lack anything. So remember that on your journey of downsizing. Appreciate that. Bone Thug at Sabrina. I hope your surgery goes well. Amen. And your recovery quickly. That's excellent comment. Yeah, your recovery is key part of it too. Good job, Bone Thug. Bone Thug. Spackle is used when you punch. Yeah, when I was younger, I did that a couple times. When you punch holes in your wall, at least that was when I was a teen. Yeah, you got to get in control of your anger. But I understand that, brother. I was there myself. That was a turning point in my life too. When your anger controls you, you have to dominate. When you get control of your anger, you don't need to dominate. There's a big difference, guys. Big difference. Okay, Sabrina, thank you, Bone. Milano, Sammy, drinking, smoking, that is bringing stress to your life. It did. It's an illusion. Like we think that if we have this cigarette, it's going to calm us down. Initially it will, but it will hurt our breathing. Actually, when you take deep breaths, it lowers your blood pressure and lowers your stress. When you smoke, you get an instant relief, but then you actually can't breathe as well and your stress is higher. Believe me, I see it all the time. So let's take hydration. Drink more water, guys. Love to you. I appreciate too if you guys click that thumbs up. And thank you for all the love tonight, guys. Thank you. Sabrina says, thank you, Mullen. I read that. Oh, yeah. And then Milano. Juliana, hey, shout out to Australia. Juliana, how are you? How's everything there? Thinking about you left an excellent comment today. Look, guys, the biggest civil war you'll ever have is family. Okay. Most families have civil war battles for the ages. And Juliana's basically going through a civil war with her brother, her sister. It's a whole shebang. And her mom's in a nursing home. I read the comment. It was good that you were able to express and get that off your chest. Very tough dealing with family. Try to keep it peaceful. Try to keep it in perspective. And remember, Juliana, you don't have to go home with anybody but you. So, but be strategic. Don't look to pick a fight. Don't try to get entangled in family arguments because you're a grown woman at this point. So you just play the game and get out of Dodge. Be civil, and get out of Dodge. You know, sometimes it's better to be civil than to spark a civil war. See, a real leader knows if he really cared or she cared about people, sometimes it's better to be civil than to spark a civil war. But for the insecure people who are controlled by anger, dominance is a mechanism that they revert to because they can't see past their emotion or lack of self-esteem. Thus, the state of America. Marin, thank you very much, Marin, for your graciousness. The maracas are banging tonight, and I appreciate that. The strip club is on. It's on TP2. I'm a strip for you. That's true. I love you. I appreciate that. Tom, what's up, Tom? Trump supporters love to be lied to. Yeah, look, all of us, I guess, all people that support a certain person, they're blind to love. So I'm sure there's exceptions, and I'm sure there's people that supported other candidates and other parties that were blind to them too. So, but look, I think that, I don't know, to me, anyone fair-minded, if you don't see that Trump is an extreme disgrace to humanity, I understand why. I broke it down tonight, and I know that's a very powerful statement to make, but it's just that there's nothing we're going to say that you're going to understand. There's a level of division, because it's like, I don't know how you can watch him speak over the course of 3 months with the coronavirus or with the issues now with social and actions he's taken, and I don't know how you can say, well, that's the best choice. I understand you're at the McDonald's drive-thru and you got very limited options to eat anything good. You got Joe Biden and you got Donald Trump. Now, I think you would have did better with Clinton. I think you still would have problems. But either way, let's not go backwards. Well, look, you're at a drive-thru. You got all bad options. But do you drive away hungry to spite yourself? Yeah, some people do. Look, some people are so spiteful that's why they voted for Donald Trump, just spite. So, but you're never going to cure. There's always a certain... The biggest reason Trump is in office is because lazy people don't vote. And most people are lazy and apathetic. We got 300 million people in America and only 150 or so million vote. So guys, if most people voted, this would never take place. And even with less people voting, Hillary still had more popular. So if people really care, and that's where I gave backlash to Colin Kaepernick, because as much as the election was about him, he never voted. And that's a disgrace. I stand with him for the right to protest, and I did back then, even when it was unpopular. But for him not voting, to me, it's like, then why are we going through all this if we're not going to try to do something? So it's like, guys, you got to vote, okay? I know you're at McDonald's with bad choices, but you got to vote, okay? Now, if you don't want to vote, then it's just civil war, then just anarchy. But you best believe that you got to vote. There's no other way around it. We can go in circles, but you got to vote. Register now, because don't forget, guys, if you're looking to vote in November, you need to register a couple months prior, okay? Don't wait until October and then want to register. Register now, okay? Because believe me, by the time it gets too close, you're not going to do it. You're going to get lazy and apathetic. Tom, that made me laugh. I don't know what I said. Charlie, I love your Jeep. Thank you. Just looking at the way it's set up, it feels so cozy. It does. Thank you, Charlie. I would never want a big house again, no matter what. I would never even want a big RV. I like small, tiny, compact spaces. I always have, but I kind of came to know that about myself as I got progressively older. But I love the cozy feeling of small spaces. Even a tiny home is a little bit too big. I looked at a 500 square foot, somewhat tiny home, and that was huge to me. I like small square footage. I do. Thank you, brother. Marin, hang in there. We are together. I'm looking at living on your side. All right. I love you, Marin. I appreciate you. Craig, Trump can't dominate when he's cowering in the White House bunker. Yeah, I mean, look, it's, he came out yesterday, clutching a Bible. I think that was a disgrace to any Christian out there. If you consider yourself Christian or faithful, if you think that Donald Trump represents anything godly, you are the type of person that uses religion to start wars or to oppress people. Because if religion is about dominance and submissiveness, then you picked the right guy. And for some people, that's what religion's about. And it's sad, but it's true. Kamal, yeah, Sammy the Sausage. It's my birthday. Thank you, brother. Kamal, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate all your support. And I thank you. I thank everyone. Thank you, man. Marin, I find my days thinking about you, also your listeners, like them all super good. And it fills me. Well, that's a blessing. Thank you for all the good vibes year after year. Well, thank you very much, Marin. And thank you to everyone. And I'm sorry I know I probably hurt some people along the way. I did hurt some people along the way, because you get caught in the psychopath apocalypse, and you're fighting and you're scrapping to stay alive as a small time stripper on YouTube, and I'm sure I've outlashed on people sometimes, and I know I probably hurt them. Yeah, it's sad, but that's part of the things that are tough too. Marin, bear hug, I appreciate that. Ball and thug, you have taught me another rule to live by. Yeah, leave the strip club before midnight. Well, then I've taught you all you need to know for life. I will follow your advice. Good job. You are full of wisdom. That's a jewel, man. Thank you, man. Jewel emoji to you. Guys, look, if I could teach anything, leave the strip club by midnight. That's a good, excellent thing you should live by. Sabrina, how is your mom? She's holding up. Today was a good day, so you got to take it one day at a time. I pray she agrees to go to Florida. Thank you, Sabrina, for thinking about that. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting part. So keep that in prayer, and I'll keep you in prayer. Thank you. Jaybird, love to you. Marin, you are a puppy still wet behind the ears. Nah, I'm not no puppy anymore, but I appreciate that compliment. Jeesh, you know that yet. Come on, baby. Nah, yeah, I mean, the pacifier, did I ever want to get dressed up like a baby? Nah, that was never my thing. But look, guys, as I get older, some of the MILFs, they find it sexy that I get gray in my beard. So, I'm still pulling the chicks, but like I said, I got to get back in shape a little bit. I lost some of my muscle tone. And when you're a stripper, you got to come with your A game, man. So, it's not easy, when you're selling your sex. Charlie, happy birthday. Continue being the inspiration. Thank you that you are. I'm so happy I discovered your channel. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that. Marin, Sabrina, try grounding. Lay on the ground barefoot every day if you can. Do it naked. I'm not mad at that. Good for inflammation. I have heard that putting your bare foot in the sand of the ocean is therapeutic to the mind and healing. And every day when I was in South Florida, every day I would go on the beach, and every day I would fully submerge in the Atlantic Ocean. Since I've been in New Jersey, I haven't done that. So, I've done it, but not like on an everyday basis. Tom, he says, sorry about your mom. Yes. To our other brother who was sharing about that. Thank you, for infinity. Thank you. Peppa, happy birthday. A lot of birthday emojis. Thank you, Peppa. Thank you for always leaving a comment and putting a number like you did. 40th birthday. I'm getting an old man. I appreciate all those dancing emojis and suns and birthday cakes. Thank you, Peppa Pig. I appreciate that. Marin, at infinity, sincere condolences. You are in my prayers now, too. Sabrina, very sorry for your loss, Infinity. Yep. Sending prayers and blessings. Yeah, that's a fresh wound. So love to you also, brother. Sabrina, thanks, Marin. Milano, Jaybert, love to everyone in this chat. I like that vibe. You guys are going through some tough stuff. Love to that. Sabrina, sometimes I wonder if there are off-duty cops and other personnel looting to keep focus off the 6 states who had primary voting today. Yeah, I don't know. Look, there's always be conspiracy theories. I think the vast majority of cops are probably good, to be honest, not to be disingenuous. I think that Trump has made cops' job harder. Obviously, there's disgraceful cops, like obviously the one who killed Floyd. But obviously, I don't want to generalize, just like I wouldn't want to generalize other races or religions or occupations. But if you voted for Trump because you thought he would make you as a police officer or you as a military officer safer, he made your job worse, harder, scarier by being dominant. Because now, instead of him being civil and calming the flames, he added to the flames, activated National Guard. And if I was a cop or a police, you got to watch your back double time out. So, I don't know. It's like the same thing. You could say like, all the riders or maybe, look, the bottom line is there's a lot of unrest because of a lot of inequities in the system, financially, racially, to a certain extent, generationally, uh, and some systematic, meaning long-term, systemic, foundational imbalances, injustices. I mean, you look at housing projects. I mean, that whole thing itself. You look at in the 80s that they allowed drugs to flow into America to the poor communities, mainly minority communities. You look at all those things, and it built up a system of inequities. Some have been partly addressed, some not addressed. You got Ben Carson right now. He's a psychopath. He's in charge of public housing. So Donald Trump even called him a psychopath during debates, tried to kill his mother with a sledgehammer. So he's in charge of public housing. So, I don't know, man. But what I saw today, at least I'm seeing younger generations continuing to unite across all racial lines. The biggest issue, look, is you got to get the social, financial equality there at a sustainable level. Money doesn't fix everything, but you have to. The reason there's dominance is because survival. So when people are fearful, they overexert themselves physically and through intimidation. When everyone knows they have a level of humanity guaranteed to them without begging, stealing, or because even like, Floyd, I think he was trying to, and I don't know if he had a fake $20 bill or something, supposedly, right? So guys, $20 bill, how much has Carl Icahn, Bill Ackman, how much have they frauded the system off? $20 bill? So they wouldn't even be arrested. They'd try 20 trillion. So that's what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? So that's a financial issue. And you need a level of financial stability to know that you have a level of humanity and decency. And that, you can certainly, look, you still have to do certain things in your own life. And certainly, too, there's still going to be people that cheat the system. Again, like I'll tell you, like Carl Icahn, you wouldn't think of him as a looter, but he's a looter. He's looted trillions of dollars. So has Steve Mnuchin. These are looters. They wear suits. They're educated. They know how to speak. They know how to present themselves. They know how to play a system. But they have looted more money than the Macy's on 34th Street. So you wouldn't think of it, though, because, look, they don't look a certain way. They don't act a certain way. So the only cure for more civil decency is more civil and social restructuring. Okay. But we didn't do that. What we've done is we put more money into the military purposely, built up the military complex. The military is now being used on the citizens. The citizens, 40 million unemployed, financial inequality, even when there was low unemployment, people were underemployed. A history of racial injustices. Yes, it has gotten better, but yes, there's still serious things within the system that will still take generations to work through. And so you add all those things compiled up into an election year and compiled into a contentious leader, you have where we're at. And we'll move past it, but it's just a period in history that is a little bit depressing. Sabrina, I think I read that. Yeah, but look, yeah, definitely just by Trump saying that he is against mail-in voting when he himself mailed in his vote in Florida last term around, last election, in the midterm or whatever, is proof that he can do it, but you can't. So he can loot, but you can't. He can vote by mail, but you can't. And that's, unjust. It's true. Marin, everyone seems to be experiencing a shift in the world. As we isolate, our waterways are becoming clean, self-healing. People are reflecting, and behind it all is sun. I like sun. Over the horizon. Well, I like vitamin D. I love you, Marin. I missed how your day was. It was good. It was nice. It was overall decent in the 70s. And I got to spend some time with my mom. I had some crab legs for birthday dinner, and that was a blessing. Sonia, happy birthday, Sonia. I love you. I appreciate you. Praying for you and your family shop if you have any that remain safe. So love to you, Sonia. Thank you. Mike, Sam, if AC could ever be efficient, car dwelling, would you be rampant? I'm not sure I fully understand the question, but I would say that if I was in the market for a new car, I would get a hybrid, a Toyota Prius or a Ford RAV, a RAV4 hybrid, because at least I would have air conditioning at night, even though my car would start up every hour or so intermittently to recharge the hybrid battery. But I would definitely say, yeah, hybrid vehicle is the way to go. Ryan, all the best to you all. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for coming in. Love to you, brother. Marin, yes, it's healing, especially the inflammation. It's called grounding therapy. Okay. Supreme, hey, man. Happy birthday, brother. Thank you. Hope you had a great day. It was a blessing. It was a little bit tough emotionally this morning. I still don't feel, but I'm very thankful. Enjoying your thoughts. I appreciate that. Thank you, Supreme, for the nice comment, man. Oreo Mouse. Hey, Oreo Mouse. Hello, Inspirational Nomad. That's me. I'm a stripper. How are you doing? I'm okay, Oreo Mouse. It's not easy because you know how life is, Oreo Mouse. This world's crazy. But I try not to let the world get me too down. I cried a little bit this morning. I'll never forget the video you did, Oreo Mouse, when you cried. And that's the only thing you did. You shut that video down. I thought that was an excellent video. Jaybird, have a good night, Sam. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully I'm going to masturbate tonight, I think. You're still a sexy beast. I still got it. I do. I got a little bit. Oreo Mouse, I love TJ Bird. Oreo Mouse, hello, everyone. Good to see you, Oreo Mouse. Marin, yeah, Jaybird, I think so too. I got a little bit less. A little bit less in the tank. Marin, hey, Oreo. Heart emoji. Oreo Mouse, hello, Marin. How are you doing? Peppa, hello, Oreo Mouse. Oreo Mouse, hello, Peppa. How are you doing? Marin, haha, people still silent protest in Minneapolis right now after Trump's national curfew. That was a blessing. That's encouraging. I saw some protesters today, so I'm glad that they're staying united. I'm glad I see many backgrounds, races, religions, and I want that to continue. But I do know some people today, and that was the sad part, that there were peaceful protests, no violence, no looting, the areas I was in and the people that I knew, and people still complained because they didn't like to see it. So even if you peacefully protest, some people, they think like you shouldn't be doing it, or just by you standing on the corner protesting, it disrupts their spirit, and they're in their car and they resent you. So even when you peacefully protest, there's people that don't want you doing it. That's true. So just imagine, it's sad, but there's some people that said that. I was like, why do you care if they're peaceful? I thought, see, that they want the two-way thing. They say they're okay with you if you do it peaceful, but they also say, all right, that's enough. Now stop protesting. We got it. Stop protesting. We got it. Stop protesting. They only want you to do it for 1 or 2 days. They don't want you to do it for months. Let me tell you something. If there's no looting and you protest for months, they still wouldn't like you. They would hate you. And that's the truth. I hate to say that. Oreo Mouse. Oh, that's a pig emoji. Peppa. Good. Have 3 days off. I like that. Andrew Yang did a study that mental health improves when you have a 4-day work week and 3 days off. I think that's very good. Mike. Sorry, mistyped. Happy birthday. I appreciate that. Oreo Mouse. Hello, people. Get paid for kids' content on here. Will people get paid for kids' content? Yes, they will. I think you would. Like the Disney Channel gets paid. I think that's kids, but there's more restrictions. You can't have like a live feed. You can't strip. In my opinion, Oreo Mouse, you have to do what you want. And this is my opinion. I think you'd be better off if you're of 18, and if you want to, you'd be better off just making everything for 18 adults and over, unless you're really targeting kids. So when they say targeting kids, it means that you're trying to attract young kids to, like you're making almost a cartoon. But I don't feel, when I look at your videos, I don't feel like you're making things targeted to young kids per se. You just may have a childlike spirit, and you're not trying to get involved in like heavy stripping. You know what I mean? So, or heavy topics is what I'm saying. So in my opinion, Oreo Mouse, if you're 18 and if you want to, look, as a YouTuber, you're going to deal with some hard stuff mentally. I would recommend you just put everything to 18 and over, and take a break. If you need to take a break, don't hurt yourself mentally. You're a positive person though, so not too many people will try to attack you, but eventually someone will try to attack you. Why? Because nice people get abused. And that's why sometimes they say nice people finish last. But I don't want you to become dominant, Oreo Mouse. Like, I don't want to turn on your channel and next minute, you're cursing, you're stripping, you're doing like me, because that's not who you are. I don't want you to lose your sweetness. But, I want you to know that people are going to try to take advantage of you a little bit, and they're going to be sarcastic, and they're going to like be a little bit mean, but you're going to be okay. You don't have to dominate to get past the negativity. All you have to do is keep showing up and take care of yourself and take breaks along the way so that you don't burn yourself out. Love to, Uri Mouse. You won't get in trouble for making it. Yeah, you won't get in trouble if you take it for adults and you have some things like for kids. But the essence of why YouTube came out with making YouTube creators identify if their videos are for children or for adults is because there were certain people making videos targeting young children, whether it was for exploiting them or other reasons. But the context of that is basically, as long as you're not trying to exploit or manipulate children, which you're not, I would say you'd be fine. You know, they're not going to come after you. Or your mouse, I'm trying to find out. I broke it down for you. I love you. Marin, I know I spent days crying. You got to cry sometimes. Now about being to see good coming, Floyd won't have died in vain. Justice will come. Yeah, look, justice will come. But there'll always be another fight, you know. In this world, there'll always be other fights, just like there have been other injustices, and it'll be on the other side, you know. And what I could tell you guys, though, the obvious injustice now. Look, the real injustice was for 3 days, Donald Trump didn't acknowledge the issue, and he tweeted about the injustice of Twitter putting an exclamation mark under his tweets. That is for me, that's what really makes it a disgraceful thing, that shows you there is really no call to action to continue to reform the system. And there's debate to say even the entire system itself is corrupt, which is a fair debate. But don't let the world get you too down. There are positive people from all walks of life coming together more than ever, even in my lifetime I've seen. And that is a spark of inspiration that we can take and build on. Frank, may your 40s be better than your 30s. Happy 40th birthday, Sam. Congrats. Thank you, Frank, for all your generous love, man. That's an interesting comment. Were my 30s good? Well, my 30s brought a lot of change. Like I said, when I got my 30s, that's when I got to get my health together. I got out of the church. I got into a relationship with a MILF, and that was like my last relationship. My dog died. That was devastating. I sold my house. That was a big uprooting. I got down to Florida. That was a great experience. So yeah, that was a lot, man. In 10 years, a lot happened in my life in 10 years. And a lot happens in your life in 10 years. And then you look back and it goes fast. But yeah, there's some scars and some celebrations that I would say happened to me in 10 years. In perspective, I have it better than a lot of other people because I've seen a lot of other people worse in life. So I try to remember that when I get so down. You gotta just stay positive. Or Mouse. Okay, thank you, Peppa. Biden gave a speech today. It almost had me in tears. He did a good job getting the point across. Well, that's good. Again, I don't know if Biden can drive me to tears. Again, I don't think he's that good. But again, I give the parable of if you are trying to do better and you go to the McDonald's drive-thru and there's no great choices, but there's a better choice, meaning that you can get a Southwest chicken salad. It's better than a Big Mac meal. So Donald Trump is a Big Mac meal. Biden is a Southwest chicken salad. So it's not much better, but you got to just remove the dressing, remove the dementia, and just, look, the policies matter. And which one policy that will affect the working class? Well, one is Social Security will be able to retire at the age of 60. So does that matter to the working class? Yes. If you can collect Social Security starting at 60, that matters. You say, Sam, how are we going to afford that? We went almost $10 trillion in debt in 4 years under Trump, and we didn't pay for any of it. Guys, I could have made the stock market go to 100,000 if I just print money and cut taxes. I can do that. And Obama could have did that. Obama did triple the stock market. A lot of people didn't give him credit for that. But if you just print money and if you just cut taxes and cut regulations, you can make the stock market boom. And when it crashes, you can bail it out again. So, and with 40 million unemployed, you get 1,200. So what I'm trying to say is, guys, a Big Mac, while it may seem appealing, leaves you with a lot of acid reflux. Okay, that's what the country has right now, is acid reflux. Okay. Biden is a Southwest chicken salad. Not too good, not too tasty either, and not too healthy either. But it's better than acid reflux. Okay, that's the lesson tonight. Marin, my 40s were way better than my 30s, so I'm not mad at that. Found my best energy late in the 30s. You were a cougar, and got better and better. Hey, I keep stripping. I'll stay on the pole, Marin. I gotta wait till I'm at least 60, Marin. More than 911, what I saw was an illustration of my country with all its sins. The worst of us never forget Floyd and before him. You've grown a lot and continue to get richer all the time. Marin still hope for Stacey Abrams, through she might get the VP. I don't know enough about her to comment. Biden may sleep. I'll be better off after Trumpsters leave. Yeah. Look, I think if Joe Biden took over the country right now, like the debate is, Donald Trump says you have to dominate or the country will go to shit. Guys, the country's in shit. The country is in basically civil war mode. It's 40 million people laid off under Trump. So in my spirit, Joe Biden can get into office today, go to sleep for 4 years, and you could wake up in 4 years and we'd at least be in a better place. I mean, it's not too hard to get better from here. So that's the message. All right, guys. I really appreciate all the birthday love tonight. Just know that I'm grateful and thankful. And hopefully my videos do help you in some way. Thank you to everyone who watched. Thank you for all the tips, all the super chats, all the members. Thank you. Help support the backbone of the channel. And God bless you guys. Oreo Mouse. Thank you, Oreo Mouse. I love you.